Welcome back, travelers. As always, we are the Improfessionals here to immortalize these stories and characters and hopefully entertain along the way. I'm Joseph, the DM for this campaign titled Conflicts of Interest. We are picking up once again. Last session, the Rogue Royals, after passing back through the destroyed Underdark city, making their way into Yaharel, the Underdark swamp village, the Rogue Royals made their way to the Lantern Wetlands, this large Underdark wetland with this biofluorescent water, to face off against Soriathen the Giftless, the green dragon who had slain the Dauntless. After a very intense battle, the Rogue Royals got the information they sought, and that green dragon, Soriathen, is an assassin or mercenary, choosing to get his wealth, as most dragons tend to do, but not through raiding and pillaging, but instead through work. And the one who hired him to kill the Dauntless was none other than the warmonger Amy Metzger, the Queen of the Viper Kingdom. After giving over some of his own venom, so that Nora and Tarmin didn't die, Soriathen decided to fuck off, and the Rogue Royals have made their way back through the Lantern Wetlands alongside Artex, this mercenary that they had met. Now, Rogue Royals, you're all exhausted. You still haven't rested from that fight, and you guys have been traveling for a good while. He promised you that you wouldn't encounter anything that couldn't be handled very quickly. But after however many hours, you can't really tell, especially being in the Underdark, you all just don't really feel like you can keep pushing forward for today.
Can we stop?
You all need a rest.
Yeah,
It's probably
we
for
need
the
to
best.
rest.
Well, feel free to rest then, but I'm gonna keep going. I guess this is where we part ways. Trust me, the rest of the way is just a straight shot. You guys will be able to make your way.
Alright, well. Thanks for all your help.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Tarmin will nod.
As Artex begins to make his way, continuing forward.
Well, our tour guide just fucked off.
Well, he said that the pathway was pretty much just a straight shot from here. So, I'm sure that once we've gotten some rest, we'll be fine. Hey, important question. Are my ribs supposed to click every time I, tilt left?
Probably not.
No.
Okay, cool. Just wondering.
Alright. Everyone, I'll keep first watch. Everyone get some rest.
By yourself?
Oh, someone wants to join me.
Why don't you have Cash stay up with you? I mean, he's the only one that didn't get pummeled during that fight.
Look, I can stand watch.
I'll get up for second watch.
Oh, yeah, I guess I'll join you. Shaman, you can sleep through.
Okay, that's okay with me. Can I rest on you?
Yeah. I'll have to get up for second one. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh.
Oh. Aaron's gonna find a rock and he's gonna plant his ass directly on the rock.
The rock was a little more cylindrical than you expected. Roll con save. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Just
You're
kidding.
an ass.
No, you're used to that anyways, so. Okay.
Tarmin sets up his bedroll and just lays down.
Yep. So, Nora, Cash, if you would like to roll perception, feel free.
14.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. So, Cash, you're examining, but you don't really pick up on anything. Nora, as you're looking around, you notice faintly on the wall, covered in dust from God's knows how long, what looks to be some sort of markings in the wall, and you kind of wipe it away. You see some sort of writing. it's not any language you recognize. It appears to be like dots and lines. Nothing like anything you've ever seen before.
Ah. It's the language of the Regigigas.
Wait, what?
Reggie has
I'm gonna look over to Kesh. Hey, Kesh, come look at this.
I walk over. What did you find?
Pots.
Just pots?
Dots.
I'm pretty sure it's some kind of fucking language, but...
Would I recognize the language?
Roll insight, Kesh.
30.
So, with a 30, I should have said history, but insight works as well. So, Kesh, you've seen something vaguely familiar to this before, back on your homeland. It's not so much of a language as it is just a way for people who are unable to read to actually be able to read. In particular, you don't know what this says, but this appears to be some sort of guide. So if someone in the darkness who knew this, these symbols, and was walking with their hand on the wall, this would give them a signifier as to where they are.
Sort of, so I take a finger and start like looking at this, saying, it looks to be a guide. I've seen, kind of reminds me of ones I see in my homeland. Different ruins would have these written on the stone faces.
You know, because it really just kind of reminds me of fucking Braille.
What is Braille?
Well,
it's heaven, right?
It's heaven, yeah. So I gave up halfway through, I'm sorry. No,
You weren't supposed to make that joke anymore.
How can you tell it's heaven? I can't see it.
Actually, that's pretty much, you're pretty much dead on there. Cash or Nura is, because this is, and it wouldn't be called Braille, but this is this is blind text. Cash, you do not know blind text, but it is effectively symbols that are more of like simple words rather than a full like ABCD. So you don't know what this says, but it's likely that people from before it became common for people who are blind to use it, this was used for people who could not see in the dark to be able to keep track of where they were in these caves.
Looks like it pretty much be only used to those who can't see in the dark.
Oh. That is
very useful.
Either way, this is, pretty interesting.
It is. Just wondering who built this in the first place.
Well, plenty of folks in that town that we were just in didn't have dark vision. We can always assume that people from long ago didn't always have dark vision.
Do you have dark vision?
I don't have dark vision.
Still, even down here in such a hostile area, the fact that someone would take the time to guide others is a bit brave.
Maybe it's whatever it is. Any of us were blind. This probably would have been useful.
That can be arranged.
A snake jumps from the ceiling. Nura, make a con say, "Oh, you're blind." I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
After a while, just looking at this, is that an owlbear in the distance?
Dun digga 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 dun digga digga digga.
Big Cash, dig a hole.
In what? It's stone.
It's just Cash, you fucking idiot.
Cash, use Thunderfang.
What?
What the hell is that?
Just grabs him by the face. Nura, what the fuck are you talking about? We're
I'm
going
gonna
to
use
die.
close combat. Shaman, use Fire Blast.
Oh no.
Well, no, actually, out of all the, she would
Yeah,
most
she'd be
likely
the other one who could ask. Shaman, you are the Pokemon. Which is funny, because your name is pretty much the exact same as a certain Pokemon's. That one just doesn't have fire.
It's grass.
Nura, use Thunderbolt.
Tarmin, use depression.
Isn't there a thing like called Gloom or something in Pokemon?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, anyways.
Nura's gonna go kick Tarmin.
Tarmin,
Just curve.
Did Tarmin catch his leg?
no, you're asleep. So he should... He doesn't kick you. He kicks you like you have lumbago. And it's very serious.
What? Just kicks. Oh, alright. So Tarmin gets up. Yeah, you're a little shit.
Correction. I'm a much bigger shit than you.
Damn it, I was gonna say that. I was gonna have John be like, actually, he's a big shit, but whatever.
Hey, John, wake up.
I am up. I heard the sound of him kicking you.
Tarmin, you clog toilets. Me, I clog in sewer systems.
What the fuck?
Dude, Nura's gonna find a good place to perch himself up against the wall, sitting and fall asleep.
Tarmin will find a place to sit and keep watch, as I will go ahead and make my perception check.
Yes, and John will
You should
do the
use
same.
the ass rock. The ass rock is a good asset.
Asset rock.
Exactly.
20.
And John got a 16, so... In the silence, there is a point where you hear a skittering sound. Tarmin. And you kind of like look around, and you look above you, and you see just passing from one kind of hole in the cavern wall to the next. Why is my phone making noises even though it's supposed to be silent? Sorry. From one cavern wall to the next, you see this centipede, probably 20, 30 feet long, crawling from one cave hole to the next. Its legs probably the size of a banana. It doesn't seem to care that you exist. Or maybe it doesn't spot you, maybe it doesn't notice you, but it just crawls through the wall. And
After seeing a centipede that long and that big, Tarmin will have his pistol out just in case.
you just hear a whimpering sound from John.
What's wrong?
You know, the giant centipede that just passed by. Did you see how big that thing was? Or how big that thing is? As he points next to you.
As I look beside me,
There's nothing there.
I have never been more proud of John in this moment.
oh wow.
I'm drawing up the paperwork. I'm adopting John. That is the ultimate son material.
As Tarmin laughs a bit,
God, if
Good one.
if Edward were here to see this.
A single frozen tear down his skeletal cheekbone.
I don't know why, but the way I said it, it's like if Edward were here to see this. Stop telling everyone I'm dead. But
I
you
can
are.
still hear his voice.
Yes, but you are dead. Touche, bitch.
you got me good, John. You got me real good.
It's gonna be really nice to get out of this place. I mean, no offense to the people who live in the Underdark, but how does anyone live down here?
To be honest, I don't know myself.
Shaman's like, hey, I don't come out to a surface world and start complaining.
Well, actually, she did.
Yeah, I was gonna say Shaman for the first 3 episodes. The sun. Sun. But then again, everyone else for the first, 30 minutes, I can't see shit. But yeah, Tarmin, John, I say John like I'm not John, but Tarmin, you and John, you're shift goes completely without issue, minus that giant centipede. But he didn't do anything. He just passed by.
Okay, time to wake him.
As John is gonna slam his sword on the stone next to Nura's head. Just
I'd like to roll deception as to not be startled.
roll a wisdom save to not be startled.
The fuck you. Wisdom is shit.
You assume it's an enemy. You get up and
I'm terrified.
You get up and that rock gets a hole punched through it, and John immediately regrets doing this. He's like, ah! Like, I don't mean like
John,
you shatter the
I didn't
rock.
see you there.
I don't mean you shatter the rock. I mean you punch with enough force. Your arm, it is like a big stone bracelet on your arm now.
Or just looks at his arm. Ooh,
It
this is
breaks.
pretty rockin'. Oh,
Tarmin goes over to Cash.
John dies when he hears what Nurse just collapses. So you approach.
Tarmin's gonna go over to Cash. I have coin if you got wares.
Do you think I'm some kind of merchant?
No, I'm making you. No,
all right. Now it's John's
Tarmin-
turn to wake up Shaman.
no. Tarmin's just gonna shake Cash. Time to wake up.
Okay. So I'll stretch and start getting ready to move.
Morning, beautiful. Or mid-afternoon, or middle of the night, or whatever time it is down here.
She's gonna open her eyes and chuckle very slightly. Are we waking up now? I'm assuming?
Yeah, we're finally gonna make our way back to the surface, which means you have to put your goggles back on.
Fun. I like not having to wear those.
Yeah, it'll definitely look better without them.
Hey,
Well, it's not. Well, hey, I didn't mean it like you look bad in them. It's just,
Damn, John, you gotta insult her grip like that?
No. It just covers up her face, and her face is so pretty that I
Zero risk.
You failed the risk.
I gotta admit, when Shaman does wear those glasses, it looks like she's about to break into a whole like ADHD music number.
I do
Thinking
have
about
ADHD.
some magical world.
And ADHD
Welcome
music.
to the internet.
Have a look
around.
around. So, you guys begin to make your way out. He wasn't kidding when he said it wasn't much further, and it was pretty much just a straight shot. You guys walk for about an hour, and you do see what seems to be daylight. And as you kind of come out, it is just turning dusk. So the sky is orange. Shaman, you actually don't have to put on your goggles just yet because it's not broad daylight out. It's actually kind of turning night, so you guys kind of slept through the day, actually.
Oh, I don't gotta put those goggles on.
Alright, now we just have to figure out where the hell we are.
Quick question. How long until the full moon?
Oh, well, well, let's just look it up at the sky. Oh, it's the full moon.
No, it's not.
Oh.
John? Oh. Just
Right, everyone back in the cave.
explodes in lightning. No.
Department. No, bro.
If two people would like to roll perception to see if they can kind of figure out where you guys are at right now.
You know what? I will, because I'm
Sure.
Goliath and I like mountains for some odd racial reason. It's a
Okay.
natural 20.
God damn.
I am the god of navigation.
No shit.
Well, Nura. No need, Tarvin. This has happened twice now. Nura,
Well,
2 natural 20s about perception in the same session. Are you Nura, god of perception?
okay. So, with a natural 20, Nura, you can begin to gauge where you're at. But with that natural 20, you're going to pick up way more than that. For example, the blood.
Oh, yes, because of course, there's always blood everywhere we go.
And the green dragon head laying on the mountainside. And to your left, Artex, with a hole through his chest, holding his chest and gasping with blood pouring down his mouth.
Artex. Ner's gonna rush over.
Nora, with that natural 20, you also notice some sort of individual standing on the cliffside overhead above you. And as you kind of look to your left and right, you see what looks to be on both sides about 8 soldiers. You recognize the armor, but you've only seen the armor once. And it was when Ryan was attacked. As you rush over to Artex. I'm sorry. I thought they'd let me live if I told them. And he just stops moving as that individual overhead jumps down and kind of lands. Turning, facing you, you can see the bits of his skin. It appears to be a half-orc. He's wearing a helmet that has a painted skull on it.
I'm gonna guess you're from the Viper Kingdom.
Rogue royals. And the one that killed my brother. As those other soldiers that you saw to the sides begin to march, kind of coming your way. And you all see this black smoke kind of passing them and forming next to this other soldier. A familiar smoke and a familiar figure emerging. Captain Pryor, his black leather armor, and the black skull mask he's wearing. Rogue royals, I suggest you surrender now.
Yeah, we're not too good at that. But please, try again.
Just remember, I gave you the choice. Well, if that's what you guys are doing, let's roll initiative.
Alrighty.
You know, I'm not technically part of the Rogue Warriors.
Cash, look, I'm just, hey, this cave seems really nice right now.
Yeah, actually, wait a second. Before we do that, Joseph, can I attempt talk no jutsu here?
You're the one who instigated combat, really. They suggested surrender and you said no. So, nope, I would suggest rolling.
That is a fair point.
We're here now. Oh no, Cash.
Yeah, it's a natural one.
Oh. Starting things off, Captain Pryor. Let's see, he's gonna roll insight. He's gonna analyze his opponents here. Okay, so he can't get best. He's not entirely sure. He'll go for Kesh. Having flashbacks yet? And he's also gonna go for Tarman. He's gonna hit both of them. So 30 damage, Kesh. And 33 damage to you, Tarman. As he pulls his sword from his back, you see that Pryor's sword seems to be shattered and put back together. You see this kind of white mist between the cracks, and this mist is kind of coming off of his blade as he slashes you, Kesh, and he kind of quickly turns and stabs Tarman. There's kind of this like pulsating energy that kind of pushes into you when he stabs, and or slashes, and it's a very intense energy that kind of comes off it. But that will be the end of his turn. That brings us to Tarman. Tarman, you've just been stabbed.
After being stabbed, I'm going to stab him back. Attacking Pryor, 29 to hit.
That will hit.
26 for the second.
26 for the second.
For my bonus action, I'll slash one more time.
Okay. Okay, so those two attacks.
3.
So, sorry, those 3 attacks?
107 damage.
Oh, get fucked!
Very cool, very cool. So,
Politely eat this dick.
So you kind of begin to slash at him, Tarman. However, Tarman, the moment you attack Pryor, Culver is going to deal 49 damage to you as a reaction.
Oh boy.
So you land these
Oh,
multiple attacks. Please roll insight on your attacks here. So
13.
your ability to attack swiftly and quickly overwhelms even dragons. Your attacks hit, your attacks land, your attacks cut, but they don't seem to affect this warrior quite as much as you would like. That said, we are on.
What the hell?
That said, we are on to Shaman.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So sorry, she rolled. Let's see. She rolled a 21 and you rolled a 20. So she's actually one ahead of you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, she rolled late. That's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to attempt to stun Prior.
Mm-hmm.
That does not hit.
You go to hit. He just kind of takes his sword and kind of pushes your hand away
Natural
from him.
20. Natural 20.
Woo! Yeah!
Fuck you.
Very cool.
Fuck
Very cool.
you. Done.
Okay.
Yeah, baby!
I'm doing 2 more attacks.
Okay. I'm gonna say he's gonna use a resistance to not be stunned.
Hun, that's a disadvantage. You'd have to use 2.
No, he only has to use 1 to automatically succeed on the save.
Okay, well, I'm going to attempt to stun him again.
Okay? So he will have to make this one.
That's right. Fuck him up, Shaman. Fuck him up.
And I hit him 3 times. One is a natural 20.
Yes, it is. Okay, that is up.
Go.
And I'm going to also use a key point to do the extra damage, by the way. Okay, so 26, 29, 23 damage.
Okay. So, Shaman, since I've already kind of gotten this out of the way, I'm going to say it. You are landing these hits, but he, unlike most enemies, he doesn't, even with your empowered, your boosted things, by the way, you take 6 damage. But even with your boosted things, he doesn't seem to, the strikes don't seem to take effect like they do with most other enemies.
By the way, I'm going to back up.
Okay, he is going to, oh wait, no, he can't. However, Culver is, because you did not attack Culver. Shaman, you take 61 damage.
What the fuck, sir?
Is it too late to negotiate?
As you're trying to move away from him with a battle axe, Aegis just, sorry, not Aegis. You know him as Culver. His name is Aegis Culver, but whatever. Culver just jams this battle axe into your side and rips back, and he actually stops your movement. You cannot move once he hits you.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't have fucking moved to begin with. Shit.
It's Culver's turn, however. Shaman, you will get an opportunity attack on him, because he's not going to attack you.
Okay.
He is going to target...
Shaman.
He's going to target Tarmin. He is going to target Nura.
22 hit him?
A 22 does hit him. That is a fucking...
Hit him towards me. Hit him towards me.
23.
What the...
I feel like at this point you need to start like factoring dice fun to your equations.
Okay, I'm gonna... He's not gonna do any other... Okay, I can't. I'm... Fuck. Okay. That was fucking ridiculous. Are you kidding? Alright, well, he missed one of his attacks. That's good. So, total... Nura, you take 113 damage.
Sorry, what?
You take 113 damage as Culver ignores everyone else. Did you roll your damage? You did. Okay, I gotta add that to his health. He completely ignores everyone else and charges at you. He slashes you with his sword and kind of twirls around with his battle axe, jamming it into your leg. He stabs his sword into your shoulder, pulling you down and headbutting you. He very much wants to kill you. Okay, looking at the damage that Shaman did.
Mm-hmm. Alright, well, he's not gonna get a chance to survive this round. Alright, this guy's about to get a very shocking surprise.
And he's going to kind of get in a defensive stance after attacking you. It is your turn, by the way, now.
Ah, yes. Chain lightning.
You're gonna blast chain lightning at him?
Good.
Yeah, actually, I'm blasting chain lightning at him, and a prior, and I guess a random soldier.
Okay.
3 bolts.
Let me look at their saves.
Dex saves.
Okay, he failed. That's good. Let's see, Prior.
Always makes me happy.
Prior rolled a natural 20. Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, okay, well, I get a feeling he's not going to feel this too much.
No, he's
Huh.
not. That soldier failed as well. So,
51 damage doesn't feel too good.
no, it doesn't feel too good to anyone.
I wouldn't imagine so. Now then, I'm going to rage.
Okay. So now you have activated your rage.
Uh-huh. And for my final trick, I think I do remember killing your brother. Don't worry. I'm gonna make sure you see him again. As Nura's throat turns yellow.
You're gonna do that? Okay. Right, he has to make a save. He doesn't have the best. Yeah, he fails.
Ah, perfect.
Is it
Alright,
just to
this
him?
is-
You're just aiming it directly at him?
Yeah, no, just to him. Just to him.
Okay.
Did a lot of damage to me. I didn't like that
Yes,
particularly.
he did.
You see, I took that personally.
As you should, because it was very personal.
34 damage.
So you fucking blast him. He just kind of gets blasted, kind of rolls back, but he stands up and he still kind of gets back in this like ready to fight kind of defensive pose.
He's just smiling.
You don't see his face, but he doesn't seem very worried. Okay, so that will bring us to
I'm good.
John. John,
Did I kill one of the soldiers?
You did kill one of the soldiers. Yes, he got blasted by lightning. His allies kind of quickly grabbed him as he took that hit and laid him down.
Oh, well, you know what? I took one out of, 16 down?
Yes.
That's a good start. It's a good start, boys.
John manages to hit. Nope. Fuck. He does not. Shit. Okay. Did not manage to hit Prior. God damn it. John tries, but Prior just blocking. The soldiers are approaching. However, Prior is going to put his hand up, and the soldiers are going to stop. Cash, it's your turn.
So the soldiers are all just stopped attacking.
The soldiers have stopped attacking. They have not. Well, they've stopped approaching, so they have not attacked.
Can I roll insight to see what Prior is attempting to do?
Sure.
27.
He doesn't need them.
Okay.
Well, this just got terrifying.
That. Oh.
I heard the breath. Whoo.
Yes. Oh, okay. That's how it's gonna be. Okay. Well, I'm gonna use that blessing and going to shadow clone three identical Keshes.
Shadow clone jutsu. Okay, so 3 identical Keshes kind of form around. Prior kind of seems to immediately acknowledge that and kind of give a very slight nod. Maybe perhaps he recognizes that ability. But anything else you want to do in your turn? Because that was you still have
attack.
You still have one action. Who would you like to attack?
I will try to attack Prior with the longbow.
Okay.
24.
That hits.
Okay. And I'm assuming one of my allies is nearby.
Yes. Your ally.
Okay.
You guys were pretty much like walked out, and then these people showed up. So you guys are like side to side.
Okay. That's 33 damage.
Very good.
And assuming there's no place to hide here.
You could. I don't know, because you're blocked off on both sides. The only place to hide would be further into the cave. So if you wanted to back away, but
I'll just end my turn here.
okay. Okay, well, back to Prior's turn. You know what? I'm gonna give it to you, but I forgot that you weren't supposed to have a turn there. But it's fine, because this is.
Oh.
No. There's no reason to worry about that right now.
Well, we're on brand at least.
Improfessional.
I did have one thing.
Yeah. Okay.
What is Captain Pryor like in front of Nura? Like,
No, not really. He's kind of just in the open, like he's kind of like in front of all of you would be the best way to put it.
okay.
He seems to be willing to attack just whichever he deems fit. Tarman, I need you to make a con save.
You know that's not a good thing, right?
Yeah, what's worse is because it was a natural 20, it's with disadvantage.
You know that's really not a good thing.
Oh, come on, man.
You fucking son of a bitch.
Dice Spot is a whore. 47 damage, Armin.
Pulls up
And
with an army and said, "No, I can't handle it."
I'm just gonna be very clean and blunt about this. You kind of pull out your blade and he swings and he removes your right hand.
What the
Oh.
fuck?
Oh
Man.
no.
And as soon as that slash happens, Pryor just stops. As Tarman, you just look down and your hand's not there, and blood is kind of pouring out. One more chance. You're lucky the queen wants you alive. Surrender.
Tarman looks at him and looks at his allies. For the love of Pelor, put your weapons down.
Shaman, but my hands.
Well, how about you leave us alone?
Shaven, I think we need to do what Tarman said.
We're not in a place to negotiate. As John just drops his sword and kind of puts his hands up. So are any of you doing what Carmen said?
I will dissipate all the magic I got on me.
No.
So no illusions, no blades or anything.
No.
There's only he's not letting go of the trident, but he's not in a very threatening position right now.
Aegis. So God damn it, I keep calling. Okay, we're gonna get that out of the way. Culver kind of like is readying his weapons to attack you again. Nura and Pryor just puts his blade in front of him. The Queen wants them alive. You can have your justice later. They should die here and now. Patience. Aegis. We do as the Queen demands. The soldiers kind of approach, and they hold out cuffs and bags for anyone who wants to be difficult.
No, thank you.
Tarman looks at the one who offers up cuffs.
Are you kidding me?
I lost my hand
got
for
some bad news for you.
I lost my hand for 15 seconds. I'm already getting roasted.
Yeah, for real.
But no, just Tarman as he sees the cuffs. Listen, Jerry, I got some bad news for you. I'm missing a hand.
They're going to place your left hand in one of those like locks. It kind of locks over your hand. You can feel like needle.
I thought you said it was my right.
Did I say you? Yeah, no. I'm talking about your left hand, like the one you still have. You kind of feel needle points. You kind of feel needle points at each joint in that hand, and you can't even move it while it's in this box. For the other hand, they actually start to bandage it, and Pryor walks over and he grabs hold, and he doesn't do it gently, but he grabs hold of the your stub area, and he does lay of hands. So he actually heals you for 9 points and stops the bleeding.
Tarman looks at him.
Thanks for getting rid of my hand.
Paladin?
I was. As he's going to take an herb out of his pocket and use a bit of flint to light it, and he's going to hold it to your face.
Tarman takes a deep breath in, I guess.
Pryor walks over to Kesh.
I take a breath.
He walks over to Nura. Aegis just kind of gripping his weapons, but Pryor walks over.
Esner will breathe it in.
And he walks over to John, and John does not argue. As all of your visions begin to blur, and for all who are not immune to any poisons, you guys will fall asleep. Shaman, you will not fall asleep, and fully aware that you're not going to fall asleep. They're going to just put some bandages over your eyes. Very calmly. This will be very uncomfortable. I apologize in advance. So he places his hand on you, and all of you have been kind of linked together by chain. Shaman, you feel a sudden phasing. Your entire body feels strange.
Don't have to worry about getting Viper Kingdom.
So after a moment, your body seems to this disassociation, this out of body experience just ceases. The wind feels different immediately. It feels like you're in a completely different area. You hear soldiers marching, and he helps you up.
We were not home.
As he disconnects you from the others, and he hands you over to a soldier, and you're kind of still the bandage over your eye. You're still kind of out of it. You're able to walk, but it's just kind of like shifty and like kind of like you're wobbly. After a moment, you are sat down. The bandage is pulled out from over your eyes. The guard walks out of the cell and closes it and locks.
Oh God, we're in prison again.
After a little bit, Shaman, you're just sitting there in silence for a few hours. Everyone else, you all wake up in cells. Unlike the Underdark, these cells are lit up, so you're welcome.
Oh, that's nice.
Hey, wait, does this count as a long rest?
Okay, quick question though. What the fuck did he do?
Well, you've seen him do this a few times. You guys were in the cave in the mountains 2 hours ago. You are now in a building. He teleported you. His teleportation literally rips him apart and puts him back together wherever he needs to go in an instant. That's why it's instead of like an instant, it's like smoke, kind of like trailing. So that's pretty much what happened.
So he's like a Death Eater?
Yeah, pretty much.
Did he teleport everybody?
Yes, because that's why all of you were chained together.
Oh.
DM?
Yes, sir?
That count as a long rest?
We just got here.
Yeah, you guys have been asleep.
You were asleep.
I'll count it as a short rest. How does that sound for everyone?
How much do you heal from a short rest? Because I'll take it.
An amount of hit dice. You guys are still sore very much. That was very much not like... You guys are just now waking up, but it's only been like 2 hours.
Oh.
Guys, we're back in prison. It's episode 1 again.
Wait, what do you mean back in prison?
Long story.
Oh, right. You weren't here.
I wasn't...
Just laying on the ground, just staring up. Son of a bitch.
John? Hey, I've never been in prison either. Not that...
Can I attempt to burn the bars?
Let's wait a bit
You
before
grab
we
hold of the
break.
bars and you move your fingers as a sword is slashed across the bars. And this guard just kind of looks down. Please don't do that.
Hi, I didn't know you existed.
They have this kind of simple like overhead armor and then a plate across the face that resembles a skull.
Can you tell us why we're here?
The queen will meet with you shortly.
Okay, but that doesn't explain why she wants us anyway.
Shaman,
Hey,
give it a
if you're
rest.
If you're gonna keep us here chained up to the wall, can we at least get some grub? We haven't eaten in a while.
But I would like some food, please.
All of your armor has
bread.
been removed. All of your items have been taken off.
Well, fuck you. I liked that armor.
Where's my pants?
Am I in rags again like I was in the beginning of the campaign?
No, they're actual clothes.
Okay, I was about to say.
From rags to riches, back to rags.
Yeah, like what?
But Nora, you're like, where are my pants? Oh, sorry about that. They throw your pants back in.
Hey, while you're rummaging through my bag, can you please at least hand me back my robe? It doesn't do anything. It's just sensitive nipples.
You did not just say that.
No.
Just no.
I have sensitive nipples, you know. I need that cashmere.
Just borrowed that from Drags.
Yes. But after a bit, the guards are there, but they're not really bothering you guys.
Carmen, how do you hold
Did
them?
they give us any food?
Not yet.
I would like some bread, please.
Tarman's just looking at his nub.
Yeah, Tarman, it's kind of like just below the elbow. So everything just below the elbow is gone.
Damn, I thought they just took his hand.
No, they took a portion of his arm.
I believe this might be the end.
Don't talk like that, Tarman. Do you guys have gotten anything?
John, it's her.
Yeah, I know that.
True.
As you hear...
No, you
guys-
know that, but you don't.
But Tarman, if she wanted to kill us, what's the point in capturing us?
We're not being tortured right now, so...
Well, they're going to.
I don't think so.
But
I
in-
know what these situations are. Because
Is that-
I've been in one.
Hmm.
Join or die.
Yeah.
I am not joining this evil, murderous army.
People who invade other countries for lols don't exactly have the, oh, teehee, you can join if you want to.
You can join if you want to.
burning down whole villages. Tee.
I don't
Just
think
being a classic goof.
I don't think offing
Hey.
your competition is a big oof, guys. I think that's a... So there's a moment you get this somber silence before you guys hear footsteps coming down the hallway. Somehow familiar to you. As Pryor gets around to where your cells are. The Queen will see you now.
I'd rather stay in here.
The Queen will see you now! I'm just kidding. But he actually kind of goes around and he actually has guards unlock each of your cells. However, I will say Pryor does not only have his sword hand on the hilt, he actually has the sword out. So he does not expect you, or he doesn't trust you in any way to not try something. So.
Oh, don't trust us?
Well, listen, out of all of us, Tarman has nothing under his sleeves.
Literally.
Fuck you. Come on, Kavan.
Okay, Tarman, we'll get you a new hand. A better hand. We should all just sit in our cells.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay
I
here.
step out.
Yeah, Nur's gonna step out.
Stepping out.
I am not.
John is stepping out.
Amen.
She will step out.
As he's gonna be behind you guys.
Tarman walks forward.
You guys go forward. Pryor will direct you. After a bit, you guys kind of go up a staircase. You see soldiers everywhere. You also see this large, what looks like a carriage. And when I mean large, I mean it looks like the only thing that could possibly pull this carriage would be like 2 elephants, effectively. It's huge, and you see that there's different stations specifically for guards to or soldiers to be on. It's like a war chariot, basically. Like huge, like that Soriathen could lay on top of this. But after a bit, he leads you up this. He directs you up this staircase and into this chamber, and you see a throne, but you do not see anyone sitting in it. He leads you to the left, and you hear blades clashing. You hear the sound of echoing flames. You hear grunts of struggle. You hear armor clattering. You pass and you see some soldiers on, out in the open training, and you think that's what it is, but no, it's coming deeper from down this pathway. And he leads you there, he actually steps in front of you at this point. Best not to interrupt during her training. You get to the opening. You see shadow-like copies of Pryor standing around this individual. You only see a green tattered cloak and bits of damaged armor. But you see that these shadow-like copies of prior approach, kind of like charge at this individual in the center. She dodges under one of the blades, slashing that one in half. She quickly stabs another straight in the gut, ripping her blade up, and then turning and slicing one down, bisecting them in half. She blocks an attack from a blade, spears their shoulder with the sword, spinning and decapitating, catching another's sword, blocking, tripping, and then stabbing down. And as 4 others kind of charge at her, she grips her sword and it ignites in this green flame that blasts in all directions, destroying 4 of them in an instant. As she pulls the blade out, and she looks at the last shadow, and she slashes, and you see this green blade of flame shoot out from her sword and destroy that shadow as well. Your Highness. As she turns to face you all, you see this intricate armor with chains and different skeletal-like design, large shoulder pads. On the wrist and other parts of the armor, you see this serpent-like scale design. You see the sword that she's wielding, long, and the hilt, the guard, is at multiple spikes jutting outward, this green flame echoing off of her sword. Her helmet, this twisted skull design with this crown of spikes around the head. And she turns and she faces all of you as the flames stop on her blade. The Rogue Royals. I've been expecting you.
I know, you kidnapped us.
Oh, Shaman, maybe you
I mean, you
talk.
could have sent a letter.
Yeah.
Why would I send a letter when I need you here?
Okay, why do you
Maybe
need...
because we would have come.
Maybe. I'm sure you have your questions.
Many.
Starting with the big one. What is it you want with us?
Yeah, seriously.
With all of you. Well, that is simple. You are under trial.
Trial?
Right.
That's ironic coming from the warmongering crazy tyrant.
Yeah, seriously.
I am a tyrant? How so?
You
But sending
attacked
your
Roy.
troops.
You started a war. You do know that, right?
The Solar Kingdom sent a third-party spy into my home. And yet you see me as the villain because I was the first to toll the bells of war?
Yes.
Hero of Eco. As a former pirate, you of all people should understand. And the same goes for you, Harbinger of Storms. Your tribe may be lost to time, but their customs and traditions live on it. What say you, Kesh Forrester, whispering blade of the hidden claws? Or you, Shaman Feyre, last remaining of her bloodline? Is it not my understanding that each and every one of you should understand my actions? My parents, only nameless corpses within an abandoned carriage to me now, left me with only a name, Amy. And so my maiden name of Metzger is but a gift of the tribe which found me, a name meaning to slaughter. I grew up within the arms of my tribe and their customs. Civilization did not grace my presence until Alison Blackheart came and offered me a place as the captain of her military. And so I entered the world of civility. However, my tribe, or what was left of her in that time, followed as well. The benefaction, those in my life closest to me. You, Storm Herald, killed one of them. You are, Rogue Royals, a third party interfering in a war which you hold no place in, and as such you are but vigilante. You wish to understand my goal? When I became chiefess of my tribe, all of its members became my people. When I became queen, all of this kingdom became my people. And as such, I will do whatever it is necessary to defend them. And for every kingdom laid to rest, I take in its people, and they too become mine. This kingdom will grow to be an empire, safeguarded by my vow to defend it. It was not I who sowed the seeds that started this war, but rest assured that I will be the one to end it. And with that, Sir Prior, now that our guests have arrived, I believe it is time to deliver the main course to our guests of honor. Of course, Your Highness. As he walks out, and you see soldiers immediately begin to follow him, I would like to understand what you have walked into. The battle that you were a part of was simply an appetizer. Cabal, that murderous beast, was nothing more than a side dish to keep our enemies distracted. And then we waited for you. We knew that Rhine and its many connections would eventually lead adventurers to our doorstep. And now that you're here, the main course is going to be delivered directly to Rhine. After that, we will ensure all other guests partake. And in the end, we will ensure that that side dish is finished off. Which leaves the dessert for us. And that dessert is the fall of the Solar Kingdom and another step into the birth of my empire.
But you're crazy.
Hate to ruin your dining plans. First off, raw nooks are mine. If I have to kill every one of your soldiers for me to get to him, that is what I will do.
And yet you question my decision. Rogue royals, as is the tradition of my home, you will have a chance. Your trial will be that of combat.
Oh God.
Should you succeed, I will be slain along with my allies, and you will be free to go. Should you fail, well, I think you know the best.
Look, lady, we don't want to kill you.
Your trial will begin at high noon tomorrow.
It's high noon.
Get out of here, Matt Mercer.
Your Majesty, may I speak?
You may, Tobias Tarman Walker.
Ew, you are
Use
such
your
a
government
stalker. Ew.
Oh, she used your whole government name, bro.
Bro, she's like a stalker. Damn.
Is it not the art of war to know thine enemy?
I didn't say
I
that.
think you're making a mistake. This isn't just war. You decide to attack the Solar Kingdom. But not just that. You decided to free a monster. That person that you set free is not a man.
As I am aware.
That is an animal.
And the animal will be put down like the rabid dog he is.
You sure you could put him
We
down?
agree.
Once my business is done. She looks to you, Shaman. Do I think I can defeat him? As she's going to calmly approach you. But calmly doesn't really matter when you look like she does. Do you think you
I
can?
have a personal space
She
bubble.
doesn't step within your she just approaches you, but she doesn't like get in your bubble, I'll say. Do you think you can?
No, but neither can you.
I will see you all tomorrow. As she will nod, and guards are going to take hold of you guys, and they're going to kind of lead you out of the room.
Wait.
Yeah, go ahead, Nerd.
Wait,
Go
what?
ahead.
One more thing.
As they are pulling you out, but you can speak.
Metzger, if you're gonna use tradition, you know by tradition's laws, you will let us know now who it is you have chosen in your place for us to fight.
In my place. Dawn King, you don't understand. It will be me. As she walks away as you guys are pulled away. You guys are placed back into your cells. Doors are locked again. And the guards
To hell with this.
Shaman is gonna start like sobbing.
As John is kind of he's kind of okay. So let me give you guys what your location is. Tarmin, you and Kesh are at the end. Tarmin, you are on the right side. If you're kind of walking down from the entrance, you're on the right side. Kesh is on the left. You guys can literally see each other across. Then there is Nura, who is on the left, to the left of Kesh. Across from you, Nura, you see Shaman, and then to the left of you, Nura, is John. So that's what you guys are dealing with. But John is gonna say from his cell, Shaman, please don't cry.
I just had to kill somebody and now I have to do this shit. I just wanted to be left alone. Tarmin got his hand cut off.
Oof. Just one of the guards hearing that.
No.
That's rough.
That's rough, buddy.
Is there any windows or that?
Not
In this area?
Not in this area, no. It's the only light is the torches on the walls.
Tarmin will get as close as he can to one as he'll kneel down before it and close his eyes and pray.
Okay. Roll religion. So, Tarmin, you close your eyes and pray. And the fire...
Pray. Bleed.
The fire...
18.
Yeah. The fire flickers, making strange sounds that fire typically doesn't make. Tarmin, you can't really make anything out, but that's because the message isn't being sent to you. Nura, you hear it.
Bro, suddenly praying for Pelor?
No. Pelor is doing something here, but it only works because Nura is here and knows Primordial.
Oh.
As the whispers kind of echo towards you, Nura. Escape will be difficult, but not impossible. When my power dwindles, is when you should will have your own. Rest now. We will need your strength. But Tarmin, you know there's something going on, but you couldn't pick up on it. But you do feel a warmth, Tarmin, and you feel this feeling of like it'll be all right.
Ash.
But Kesh looks. I look up.
Connect 5.
Can I see Shaman if I stick my head out the Shaman and John out? If I stick my head out the cell bars.
You can, if you're closer to the cells, you can look to the left and you can see Shaman. You're not going to be able to see Nura, who's to your left, or John, because there are stone walls in between.
Let me just read up on this.
I was gonna say, does he have to see us to connect us?
Yeah.
That'll be useless then, because Nura's the one with the information.
Well, he could, if he can get, so Nura's right next to him, so it is possible for him to see him. It just wouldn't be very easy. And also,
Does it have to be my face?
I just have to see a part of you.
Yeah.
Cool. I'd like to roll perception real fast.
Okay. Do know Nura? You don't know his plan yet, but go ahead and roll perception. What are you looking for?
I'm looking at how the guards are looking at us right now. I'm waiting for an opening so I can shoot my arm out of the cell and hopefully he'll be able to see me.
Well, you don't know what his plan is yet. So, just to be clear, Nura does not know what his plan is. You do, however, you're going to get...
Well, no, he said connect 5.
Oh!
Yeah, I was going to say, I said that.
Oh! Dude, inspiration for that. I didn't pick up on what you meant. So...
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. No,
You didn't?
No, I didn't know what he meant by that. I was like, what is that? What does that mean? He can't see you. How is he going to play Connect 5? No, Nura, David, inspiration. Because the guards had no idea what that meant. Because I had no idea what that meant.
Wonderful. Amazing.
As for the guards' kind of setup, there's actually two guards who are kind of stationed at each end. One, from what you can see, is kind of stationed exactly to the right of Kesh's, and one is stationed exactly to the left, kind of next to Shaman's, kind of facing where John is. But then there's 2 other guards who will periodically. You would have to count the seconds. It's you think it's like 5 minutes that they'll come by and they'll just walk straight through the middle, and it happens 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, over and over. These 2 guards just walk past each other, like they're circling,
All right,
or
cool.
like stopping.
So I time my thing, and boom.
Okay.
And
Roll sleight of hand. Because of the perception roll, I'll give you advantage since you're able to keep track of these guards and what they're looking around at.
Yay!
You can see
It's not
Tarmin, I will say that. I love how it's Connect 5, but John's just gonna sit there in dead silence, having no idea what's going on.
you just see
25.
all is just nodding.
What
Which
you guys-
I don't.
You guys
I'm not
talking?
gonna waste the possibility of getting a natural one just for this one. So I'm going with 25.
No, you don't have disadvantage. You have advantage, so you could get a natural 20.
Hey, yeah.
Unless you just
Roll.
don't want to waste the natural 20, I guess. You don't know how Dicebot's spiritual
Yeah.
powers work.
Yeah, you have advantage, so you're safe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, yeah.
But I mean, if
He doesn't want to waste that natural 20. Then again,
a
you
potential natural.
then again, you could avoid a potential natural 1.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Gambling time.
All right, fine. I'll fucking roll.
So,
Ooh, we got a low roll out of the way.
so you stuck your hand out just for a quick second, back in. One of the guards looks over. They were just like, huh? But they don't know what they assumed that was just you kind of jostling. Cash, you saw his arm.
And right as I see it, I activate the Skype call.
All right, Rogue Royals.
The Skype call.
Rogue Royals, all 4 of you, the main Rogue Royals are all connected now.
How are you guys in my head right now?
We've done this before,
No, but like, why?
so the guards don't get
'Cause-
stuck.
Well, what are we supposed to talk about? How we're gonna die?
No. As a matter of fact, I just got off the other line with a big sunny boy.
Tarmin, you hear that and you realize that what you were hearing was likely that language that Nura has learned recently.
Good. What's the plan?
He said right now it would be difficult to escape, but. Yeah, so what the fuck did he say earlier?
He basically
You wait
said,
till night.
he basically said,
till
wait
night."
till night, get your rest, you're going to need your strength, but at nighttime you'll have your opening.
He spoke to me in Primordial and said that. For now, we bide our time. We rest now. And under the cover of night, we make our move to escape.
How are we supposed to escape without weapons?
Well, we're gonna have to go find them.
Well, since we're in the Viper Kingdom, if I'm not mistaken, the only other neighboring kingdom that will be close by is the Lunar.
And
Or we go back to.
would you like to roll you roll history or insight, Tarmin?
Sure.
Either one. Fantastic.
20.
Yes. So John would obviously be aware of this. You know that he knows the ins and outs of the Lunar Kingdom since he lived there for a period of time. So definitely want to try and talk with him once you guys have the plan is kind of on the roll. Talk with him about that. But you recall that there's actually an opening. You recall the map. Hello, baby. You recall the map and that there is an opening between the two, so there should actually be a way to get through without having to traverse the mountains.
It'll be a little different fighting with my left hand, but not new.
Tom, and you just have to fight with the hand you dealt with.
At least you don't have to worry about masturbating anymore. Anyways.
What?
just like these are not the
With-
things we need to be having a head chat about.
With that, just leave the call.
Just disconnect immediately. Like, good night. We're going to sleep.
Damon just sort of makes a cringe.
But before we disconnect the call, though, we need a sign for when we're Pelor said he was going to give us a sign, so I guess just look out for the sign.
Can I yell bread when we need to leave?
Probably not the best to say
no.
anything.
No, it's quiet time, Shaman. Once we're out of this kingdom, you can yell bread. But once we leave this kingdom,
Once we get out of this goddamn country. real quick, after you guys are kind of still talking, and in the middle of your talking, another guard comes by, and they slide trays of food in for you. Shaman, you see this nicely toasted piece of bread with butter on the side, kind of like a little stick knife to, like wooden knife to put the butter on.
Shaman's like, you know what? Amy Metzger isn't that bad.
She ain't that bad, bro. She gave me the bread.
And a little bit of, to the side, there's just this little bit of filleted meat for you to eat. And then there's just this tiny little wooden cup of some sort of juice.
She is starving, so she's going to start eating.
I would actually still like to roll religion.
Oh, okay.
With the 29.
Do you close your
I'm
eyes?
going...
Oh, hang on. You close your eyes. And rain starts hitting your face.
Open my eyes?
You are sitting on a stone cliffside, and you kind of sit up, and you look up, and there's just rain pouring down onto you.
Oh?
And you see the clouds, there's lightning echoing through. You see this lightning blast into this water spot. You see the shape of like a figure in a hood, and you see these glowing white, like lightning eyes.
Poured.
You are not giving up on me, are you?
Oh. You think I would turn down a chance to kill her? Fortunately, I don't see a favorable outcome in this.
When the time comes. Not today, not tomorrow, but soon enough. She will ask again, and you will not deny her.
Don't know what Plur has planned, but I never like having only one backup plan, so if during this night, if you will send down your strongest gusts, ferocious bolts of lightning, and your most powerful storm, give us cover while we escape this place. And if you could link me to that trident so that I may find it, thus in turn find all our stuff, I can kill every last viper on the way out.
My storm will rage for the trident. Why do you ask what is already done? The trident is not a tool for you to use. The trident is you. As you wake up,
I just kind of jolt awake.
you're actually covered in rainwater.
Weather set rain.
No.
I'm gonna stand up from my shower, and
Yes, nice shower.
So, you're all beginning to wake up. Nura woke up first.
Yep.
You all
to wake
hear thunder, cracks of lightning. A guard,
Is that the Thundercats?
a guard just kind of comes by. You kind of see his armor is soaked in rain. Storm's picked up. Wild one. It'll be fine. Prior will be able to get to Rhine without too much issue.
Oh, what's wrong, boys? Don't like a little rain?
Just look over at you. I'm sorry, was someone talking to you?
Hey, what time is it?
I suppose that's true. Nobody was talking to me.
That
I
guard
hope
just-
you.
That guard's just gonna look at you, just kind of grunt and just walk away, while the guard that he's talked to stays. It kind of leans back onto the wall that Kesh is near.
What time is it?
Time for you all to be resting. Have a big day tomorrow. Anyways, a torch, old and not really maintained. They haven't replaced it. It's burned down quite a lot, even though, Nora, you remember that, it was a full torch earlier. It's almost like it burned faster than normal. It falls from the thing holding it, and it lands and it lights this bit of fabric on fire. The guard looks over. Oh, shit. He's going to go over there, and he's going to start trying to put that out. But at every step he takes, the fire just seems to get bigger. What the hell?
I was gonna ask, like, while he's dealing with the fire, do I see if he has like a set of keys?
Oh yeah,
like,
he does.
belt?
He's the night guard for you guys. However, there are other guards. Remember, there's 2 guards, and then there's the ones who continuously walk around every 5 minutes.
Okay.
But you see the other guard approach. What are you, stupid? Just put it out. I'm trying. Okay, so
Can I not attack them with this fire?
So Shaman, you can manipulate the fire. Are you going to do this very obviously, or try and sleight of hand it?
I'll sleight of hand it.
Okay, roll sleight of hand.
In the meantime, while they're doing this, can I try and silently break the lock on my door?
There's a lot of noise. You can also roll sleight of hand, and then you'll roll athletics. 14 is good, and 15 is good. So, Shaman, you kind of pull the fire back a bit, just enough for it to ignite the fabrics on their armor. Oh, shit! What is this fire's problem? And Nura, make your strength check, because you're doing this as all of this chaos is happening for these 2. Kesh, roll insight, because you've been keeping track of those guards that pass by.
27.
27. They passed about 2 minutes ago.
Right, so we have about 3 minutes before.
Yes, you have 3 minutes. Nura, as these 2 are dealing with the fire, you're just gonna. They're gonna roll a perception. Because that is a lot louder than what Shaman was doing. That one rolled a natural 1. Man, his balls are on fire, so he's like.
Damn.
And the other.
Hey, why is there a butterfly in this fire?
No, it's just. Okay, and the other one rolled a 7 on the dice, but still, it's not high enough. So you managed to break that lock as quietly as possible. It's more of just like a quick pull as soon as the flames kind of burst, and you managed to get yours open. As you guys, you hear from John's cage. No, you need to cover it up with like fabric or something. It's stomping on it's not helping. Clearly.
John, shut up.
He's not aware of the plan. He has no idea what's going on.
Alright, cool. So I'm gonna leave my cell.
3 minutes, Nora.
I would like to attack both of them, in the sense of I'd like to grab them. I'd like to mesh their heads together in that classic knockout style.
Okay, roll
Okay.
Let's roll a strength check.
Wait, could I help him with this?
How so?
With telekinetic, I have the option to either force push someone forward or towards me.
So you would like to help him you would use force on his hands to help him further slam their head together?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. With advantage, roll a strength check.
Okay.
Oh!
No need! No need!
So were you going for a fatal blow, or are you just trying to knock them out?
Oh, I plan on killing everyone that I see, so yes.
So you
fatal.
grab hold of their heads, you don't even give them a second, just slam, and just blood splatters on your faces. Both of their helmets just cave in, and they just dead, and their bodies just kind of catch on fire.
Cool, I'm gonna grab the keys before they fucking melt.
Yeah, you're able to pull that off. Shaman, if you want, you can actually you could put that fire out now if you really wanted to.
No. Keep it
No,
going.
I want them to die.
Well, they're dead. Their skulls are caved in by Nura's.
Make the
She
fire
will put
go.
the fire out.
You don't. No.
No.
Thank you.
Keep the fire lit.
You can keep it
I'll
lit.
keep it lit.
Yeah, but isn't that going to draw more
I'm gonna
attention?
burn down the place.
It's
that's true.
a stone castle. That's not gonna work, especially in this. Like
Okay,
a fire.
well, you know what? It's still gonna distract them.
Yeah, but it's going to draw. If we get out of here, it's going to draw them here, and they're going to see, oh, empty prison cell.
There's already going to be 2 guards here in 3 minutes who see bodies.
You could kill them too.
That
And
is-
move on.
That is true.
That's true.
Should we wait?
Do we want to put the fire out, or do we want to just leave it and make a sprint for it? You guys don't really know this place well because you guys were only shown one pathway, and that was how to get to where Amy's training ground and her throne room is.
Throne room.
Shaman's gonna look at everybody. Which way do you want me to send this fire? I will turn all of those torches into this giant flame.
Oh no, hold on. Shaman, put the flame out. As I'm gonna start unlocking cells, Armin, Kesh, drag those bodies, put them in 2 different cells. We're gonna wait for the next 2 guards to get here, and we're gonna ambush them too.
How did you get help, Nura?
Armin does so.
Shaman
Look
will
over
put
to
the
John.
fire out.
'Cause I'm just
I'll grab
that
the body.
Okay, so Shaman, you kind of take the fire and you just slam it against all the stone walls. It doesn't make a sound, so it just kind of dissipates, and everything goes dark again. Except for the regular torches that are lit across, because they're still
You
normal.
can use the regular torches as well, correct?
Yeah, you can. They're not going to be as strong of a flame because they didn't ignite on anything. But yeah, you're able to put those out. Nura, you're just unlocking. Roll just a general dex check real quick to see how fast you can kind of do this. Okay, so there's like
Can someone help me out?
so each cell has a different key. So you're just like fuck. So
Can I mage hand and take one of the keys? Like sort of.
you can.
I'll do that and just like try it on different ones.
Luckily, only a minute has passed.
Oh, thank you.
There was a chance they were literally walking up right now, but you mage hand one of the keys. They're all connected is the problem, Ash.
Okay, so there isn't like a thing I can slip it out the ring with.
No, you can. It's just it depends on which one you're grabbing. Because if you grab the
it's
one
cool,
at the
so-
very end, you can slip it off. If you grab one in the middle, there's a bunch of other keys in the way.
I'll take the one at the end.
Okay, so you slip one of the keys off. It's just kind of hovering there.
And I'll try it on Tarmin's lock.
Okay. Tarvin, you see it kind of going towards your lock. It does not open.
Alright. I'll
Who are you trying to free first now?
I'm gonna free John first.
Okay, so John is out. You try it on Shaman's next, or your own, Kesh?
I'll use it on Shaman's.
Okay, Shaman, you see the key go into your door and clink, unlocked.
Okay, I'm gonna hand the keyring to John.
Josh?
John.
Wait,
John.
wait, Megan!
Megan, Josh.
Megan!
Just John with the beach where it's like, yeah, my name's I'm from Iora. Bro.
Okay, so
John
hand
is,
the keyring to John.
yeah, John quickly, as he gets out, is going to open Shaman's cell and hug her.
All right, cool. John, unlock Kesh's door.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna handle. I'm gonna handle. Handy here.
God okay, so he opens, John opens your cell, Cash.
Guys, I have an idea.
That's
When these new guards get here, we can strip them naked and use their clothes to blend in.
I think it's going to be
Pretty
a little
much what I
hard.
said. But besides
Oh,
the whole
you-
using their clothes thing.
Some of their armor is a little burned right now, but that doesn't mean you can't do it. However, we've got a short stack,
A cat.
7'8", a cat, and the only one here who has a normal body shape, but he's missing a hand.
We
Hold
need to find our armor and weapons, though.
Yes, so you're gonna
Don't
have
worry.
to. You got to look around.
I think I might know. Anyway, can I roll athletics to get Tarmin's door open?
Yeah, roll athletics. Just pull. Just.
Yeah. I'm trying to do it silently though. As 30 total.
Okay, roll sleight of hand then. Do this as quietly as possible. It's definitely opening. Let's see how quietly you open it.
It's,
Okay.
21.
So you manage to kind of cup your hand around it, and you just, and it's just this like kink noise, but it's relatively quiet.
Right, Tarmin, come on. We gotta get into position.
Tarman is gonna go ahead and stealth.
Okay. Roll stealth, Tarman.
There's gonna throw the bodies into Tarman's cell.
Okay, so what's the plan exactly? Also, that torch was extremely convenient.
Well, we're going to take out the next guards. Then we're going to try and find that armor.
Okay.
How tall is the ceiling?
Let's say probably.
Okay, in the sense of if something was up there, would you have to look up to see the ceiling? Could you just walk normally and not see something?
No. It's not that high up. You wouldn't have to look. So it's 9 feet. So if someone walking straight down this hallway would be able to see something above, unless it was really, really stealthy.
All right, so since everyone kind of has like their cells unlocked, minus Tarman's 2 bodies being in there, Nera's gonna say, "All right, everyone, get back to your cells. Now that the cell doors are open, unlocked. We're going to make it seem like everything is still as normal. It is just 2 guards missing. When they come down this hallway, we're going to surprise attack them."
Okay, are we gonna be in the same cells we were in before, or are we gonna be on the cells at the end?
But the same cells as before.
Okay, so you guys hide back in yours. That means John technically and Shaman and Nura can attack one. So John would let him pass, and he would come from behind. Meanwhile, Shaman and Nura could come from the sides. And then on the other side, it would be Kesh and Tarman from the sides. So the guards, you guys kind of wait for 2 minutes. These guards are going to roll insight. I'm not just going to assume that they're stupid.
Something's burning.
There's a 12 and a 10, so they did not succeed.
It smells like burnt cherry.
Well, they look over, they see that there's smoke. They see one of the torches is out, they see the guards up there. Oh, what did those idiots do? Hey! Where are they? Why are you asking me? I don't know. As they're gonna come around, John is going to attack. He missed. So you two, Nura, Shaman, John tries to stab from behind and he just misses and stabs the wall.
Wait, stab?
Oh, sorry, I'm saying stab, aren't I? I forgot that he doesn't have his weapon. Apologies. So John tries to come and he tries to punch this guard and he hits the wall. He's like, ah! And the guard just turns around. What the?
Can we do 2 attacks?
No, this is one single thing. This is a surprise round.
Hey, wait, since it's surprise, do we get advantage?
You do have advantage, yes.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's much better.
Yeah.
Yes.
23.
Okay, yeah.
26.
Roll to attack, Shaman.
You mean roll damage?
Yeah, sorry. You're just gonna have straight up strength. It's gonna be a 1d6 plus strength, Nura. I'll let you have that because you're a big boy. Shaman, you're Shaman, so.
Okay, let's see. That's out of nowhere. Kapow! The fuck? 7 damage.
Good lord.
Yeah. So, Nura, you step out, you sucker punch him in the face. He's just like, ugh. And then Shaman, how are you striking him? Because it's up to you how.
Shaman's pissed, so her fists are just going to go into flames, and she's gonna punch him straight in the face.
He just collapses. The other guard is sprinting now. And he's like, hey! Kesh?
Could I use I'd like to force push him like into. Like, is he running like right by ourselves?
Yeah.
I want to force push him to Tarman. So.
Okay. What's the save he has to make there?
It is a strength save.
Okay.
And he has to beat a 16.
Okay, he got a 14. So.
What a loser.
Yay!
So he runs past and all of a sudden just slams into your cell, Tarman. He's in here with you. What are we doing?
No, he's not in there with him. He's in there with Tarman.
Tarman smiles as he activates the bear tattoo, using his strength to grip him by the throat and ripping.
So you're choking, but rather than like just gripping his neck, you actually grip like the esophagus, and at some point you feel your fingers sink in, and you just hear, and you just pull, and his throat's just ripped out, and he struggles trying to not choke to death, but nothing that can be done there, and he just eventually stops moving, and John is just sees that. Of course, this happens when I can't afford therapy.
Let's see. As all this is happening, Nur's gonna hold out his hand. I'd like to feel through the force.
Nura, you try to feel through the force and you hear vroom. You grab hold of something.
I opened my eyes.
Your trident is now in your hand.
Oh god, I love this trick.
He's Thor.
No, it teleported. So, kind of.
Oh god, he's Super Thor.
He's Mega Thor. Shit. That great, though you did kind of get a feel for where it came from, so you do know that there's a area above you guys, at least 2 levels, that is housing your items. Okay, we gotta find our stuff, and we're gonna get out of here. The storm is pretty convenient too. Maybe the gods are
You're
actually
welcome.
Are you doing that?
No, but I talked to a guy.
Okay, cool, I guess. Okay, so where are we going?
2 levels up. At least that's where I felt this come from. As Nur is just holding his trident.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, it got teleported into his hand when he tried to sense for it, because Cord kind of casually mentioned that he might be able to feel where it's at, and then when he did it, he felt where it was, and then it teleported into his hand.
Okay, so we gotta go 2 levels up.
Yep.
Good thing we know where the stairs are. Alright,
Let's
let's go.
Jordan.
Let's roll stealth. Unless y'all are just gonna...
Yes.
I mean, if Shaman, if our main fucking marshals just want to run out, punch people, and stab them with tridents, I'm all game. Just saying.
Oh no, I think we've killed enough. Well, okay, that's a lie, but we're still
That's a
gonna
dirty 20.
That's a dirty 30.
Ew.
And
Why does that sound worse?
Yeah.
30.
That's so much worse.
23.
Okay, I'm gonna give
16.
You guys kind of go out into the more open area. However, doesn't appear that any of these guards notice you. So there's a few guards just making their rounds. It's nighttime, so there's a storm going on, so they're trying to secure things, making sure nothing gets blown away or pulled up. But there's still guards around, but none of them managed to spot you. You guys start to move up those stairs that lead to the first level. The first level, you enter the throne room, and she's not there. Luckily enough,
Thank God.
no one is in this room. You just see the throne that she would be sitting on if she chose to sit on it. If you guys would like to roll perception, it is a little darker in here, but luckily there are still torches lit. But
I'll roll perception.
okay, so the one person.
I'll roll.
Okay, so the 2 people who don't always have dark vision, that's fine. 16 and 17 both succeed, so you guys see past the throne. You see another set of stairs behind it that kind of lead up to another area.
Over there. Let's go.
Start moving.
Tarman follows.
If you guys all kind of quietly tried to make your way through here, you start to go up those stairs, and you immediately just hear, "Excited to see the fight tomorrow." Yeah, been a while since we've got to see the Queen completely decimate an entire party like that. Do you remember those 2 giants? They were so confident.
We hear this at like the top of the stairs, or is it coming down?
You hear it in the area upstairs. You don't.
Do I recognize the voices?
Is anybody around them?
You don't know. You guys are hearing this from the stairwell. You don't recognize the voices, though you assume that they're just a set of guards.
Alright, since I have the highest stealth, I'd like to go a little ahead just to poke to see if, the area.
Do you have the highest stealth?
Yeah, 30.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you look
I'm
in.
hidden.
You look in and you see this area. You see these 2 guards passing through. But you see 2 larger guards in this kind of... It's like this like tar painted armor with these large halberd and this large war hammer, and they're just kind of making their rounds. See them?
Were they the ones talking shit?
No, there's these two other guards kind of walking through here. You see that they're not wearing their armors; they're actually seeming to settle in for the night. But these two other guards, you see them walking through this area. One of them goes up the stairs. This one circles around this large hallway. The other one comes back down the stairs. The other one goes up the stairs. That one, the one that came down, just circles the room. The other one goes upstairs. Or comes back down, goes up, back down, goes up. They basically continue. One goes up the stairs to the next level, and the other one stays down here. I do want to say these guards, Nura, are about as big as you are.
Okay, and I am sure that our stuff is somewhere on this level.
It is somewhere in this hallway. The hallway is, it's like a shorter high school hallway. It's not like one of the really long ones, but it's definitely not short.
Okay.
And it's like a Scooby-Doo hallway. There's multiple doors, and there's an end, and you see another staircase down that way that they're not going down. You see another staircase down that way. And you see a staircase at this end that one goes up as the other comes down.
All right, and can I get a feel as to what any of these rooms might have our stuff?
You could try and sense it again. This time would actually be a religion check.
All right, I will
because
do that.
this time you're kind of trying to sense where this was.
Yeah, no, I'll go ahead and do a religion check.
Okay.
Yeah, 23.
So 23, you kind of close your eyes and you kind of feel for the energy that was coming off of your trident and see if there's any remnants of where it was, and you pick up further down the third door on the far side.
Okay, and in the time that this this guard is big as me, doing his rounds, when he's walking down one side of the hallway and not looking down the other, is there feasibly enough time for us to get down there?
So like when he's walking the other direction?
Yeah.
So you guys are actually closer to the end. There's about 4 doors to your right before the first set, but there's like, let's see, 8 on the other side. So you're actually a little closer to the right, which isn't where you need to be. You need to be on the left.
Okay, is there any cover in the hallway, like potted plants or things like that?
There is cover, but definitely not enough cover for someone like you. There's a few statues, a few sets of armor, and there's paintings, but those are on the wall. That's not going to help you at all. And then potted plants, like you said. There's also a few benches, 2 benches on both sides. But for you, that's not going to be enough cover.
Okay. I go down the stairs a little bit, back to my group.
Okay.
I look at John and Kesh. All right. And I explain them where the room is that has our stuff, but I also explain to them that, hey, everything leading down to that hallway, I'm not big enough to hide behind, and there's a guy as big as me up there, and I need y'all two to go get our shit.
John's gonna look at Shaman. She's 5'2".
That is very true.
And plus, she could probably get through the lock a little easier than either of us.
John does have a point.
All right, Shaman, are you up for that?
Yeah.
He rubs
All right.
her. He rubs her back. John rubs her back, gives her a kiss on the cheek. You got this, okay?
She nods.
Let's get our stuff
Shaman.
and get the hell out of here.
Great idea. Good luck, you two. We'll stay down here.
Okay, roll. Well, you already have your stealth roll. So, what was your stealth roll? 16. Would you like to re-roll?
Yes.
Okay, but you're gonna have to take whatever you get here. Just want to say that.
Okay. 23.
Okay, good. So, Shaman,
Significantly better.
you kind of go up, and you see these guards, and immediately, you're like, oh, he wasn't kidding when he said they're about his size, because they're biggins.
chunky.
However, with dark vision, Shaman, you notice something interesting about these individuals is you see the separation of their armor is empty. There's nothing in between it.
What does that mean?
Those are not people. Those
Fake?
are those are animated armors.
Oh, I was about to say, I was like, wait,
Those are walking suits of armor.
are they sentient at all?
They're sentient enough to know if they see you that you need to die.
Is this room lit?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, there's torches, so they'll definitely see. They could definitely see you, if you're not careful. However, with the 23, he told you which door. You can begin to make your way. However, they will get chances to see you.
She will start making her way.
Okay. First roll with the one who's down here. Okay, that's horrifying. Oh my god. You rolled a 22, like total. I was like, oh. I was like, oh my god. So, you are kind of moving past him, Shaman. You stop and you literally press against like one of the kind of corner areas where those like benches are. You literally press into the small little corner because he stops and turns and you hear his and he looks and you just hear a silence and you hear his feet walking towards where you're at. And he stops and he looks and he just doesn't think to look where you're, like that little corner where you're kind of squeezed in. And he stops and he looks around and he goes back to his, like, he literally walks back way across the room and starts circling again. But that was very close.
It's A-okay.
You get to the door, you grab the handle, locked.
She will, quietly burn the lock.
Okay, use a key point, you kind of hold it, and you just stick your finger, and like the fucking lightsaber in Phantom Menace, you just eat it, and you just stick your finger through, and the lock is just destroyed from the inside. You pull your finger out, the metal cools back down, and you just open the door. Ooh. Okay, roll a sleight of hand, because you do have to literally open a door and close it quietly, so let's...
18.
18. You managed to do it quietly. I will give him a chance, but I think he'll be okay. That's a 12. You're fine.
So, did she see her armor?
It's the rusty armor.
You walk in and you see bloody sets of armor. You see helmets that are damaged. Seems that anything that these soldiers kill that has anything of value, they typically take and store here.
So she puts her armor and gauntlets on, grabs all of her friend's things.
Okay,
and,
so that's a sword, set of armor, a cloak, another cloak, another set of armor, another set of armor, another sword.
Isn't there a bag of holding?
And a bag of holding that you can stick all of that in, yes.
She's gonna put everything except her.
Yeah, I was gonna go down the list of all the shit that I could think of off the top of my head and be like, and a bag of holding to stick it all in. Amidst all of this, you find a bag, and in the bag is 6 mid-tier healing potions.
Oh, that is really good, actually.
There's also a window in this room, and you can see the storm kind of just ripping and tearing outside of the castle.
She is gonna do a double take, make sure there's nothing more of value, and she is gonna put a gentle fire that will start when she leaves.
Okay.
Menace behavior.
So you just you manage to keep the trace, and eventually you just come around the corner. Everyone who's waiting in this, just waiting in this staircase, you guys see Shaman come down, a bit of sweat on her brow, and you see her holding a bag as well as wearing her armor and gauntlets.
I got it.
John gives her a kiss. You're amazing.
Good job.
She's gonna give him a kiss on the cheek. Get your stuff on, sweetheart.
Okay. So where's the exit now that we got what we needed?
Not sure where the exit is, but there is a window in there.
Is it big enough?
Was it big enough?
It would be big enough for all of you guys to fit through.
It was big enough. Unless we wanted to go down the staircase and go through that way.
Yeah, but you guys don't know where the exit... You guys never saw the exit to this place because you were teleported in.
I don't feel like we can just walk out the main door.
You want to go through the window then?
Okay, but then we have to get past those big guys, or however.
Yeah.
They were really dumb.
We can, even so, we still need to be careful.
If
Let's
all the
start with
rooms are
your
designed like that, then we could just go into the closest one, but we don't know.
That's a possibility, though. It couldn't hurt to check. We're gonna check. Might be best for one person to do this, but check to see if the nearest room is designed the same way. I will say the nearest room on this side logically will not be because it's facing the rest of the castle, but the walls on that side could be. You just have to check. So, Shaman, you want to go back across?
Damon will get. Is Nura gonna go?
Well, one of you can go, two of you can go. Just someone needs to go.
I will get on Nura's back.
What? Why?
No, bad idea.
That's for
Take
what?
his stuff.
We're
No.
trying to get out of here
No.
alive.
Okay, we're just gonna send Shaman across because she can open a door easily. And if this is the correct thing, then obviously we can just, just go. But okay, you literally start to come out and you stop and pull back as he was right there. Like literally, he had just walked past the door as you walked in, and you pull back and he turns around again. He's starting to get suspicious. Though he is in animated armor, so there's only so much suspicion he can go off of. But you kind of slip through after that. You get over. You're going to have to sacrifice another key point, but you melt that lock. Going to have to roll another sleight of hand to open this quietly.
Man, I feel bad for the locksmith.
Yeah, fuck
What
the locks.
fuck?
Oh. No. Yeah.
So you go to open the door, and the handle breaks off because you melted it, and it didn't latch on the lock and everything. The door opens, and you see a window, and you also see the guard, the animated armor with the great axe, just looks over.
She is going to call out for everybody to run over here.
Oh.
John is just gonna be like,
Armin's running.
twerp. That's literally the. So
All right, Nura's booking it.
booking it. Okay, you guys see the window.
Damon is going to go through the window.
Well, it's glass. So here's a fun thing. Shaman, you look at the window. That's not an openable window. That's like a stained glass style, like locked in window.
Can I throw a rock through it? Something?
You don't see any rocks. You could throw something in this room through it. You actually.
Could I,
Just gonna throw whatever is nearest into the glass.
Okay, roll a strength check.
15.
So you grab this like set of ornate armor that's just kind of on a stand, and you grab it and you throw it. The window shatters. Having to do that, this guard has just approaching all of you as you guys are running to this room. Just see this guard just approaching as rapidly as he can. He's actually relatively slow thanks to his big, bulky size. But you guys see her break the window. The window's quote-unquote open now.
as we get into the room, can I close the door?
You can close the door and it'll just kind of creak back open because the handle and the lock is completely removed.
Oh, that's true.
And he is approaching.
Jump out the window, guys.
Jump out the window.
Oh my god.
I don't take fall damage.
No,
I have climbing speed.
you can take fall damage. You will just.
No, the boots make it so I don't take fall damage.
Oh, that's right.
Alright, go.
I'm gonna climb out.
You're gonna climb out?
Yeah, I got a climbing speed.
Okay, anyone else jumping?
I'm jumping.
Parkour.
Okay,
Hardcore.
oh god, okay, John, parkour! Cash, you're gonna jump down. I'm gonna need you to make a, dex check for me.
Okay.
Shh. Is anyone gonna try to parkour it? Like legit? Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
I'll roll athletics.
You know,
Okay.
you know what's a fun fact about cats is that if they reach terminal velocity, they don't really take that much fall damage.
That's true. No, we'll get into that. Okay, so Nora, you slam your hand into the wall and drag. Tarman, you kind of managed to grab hold of on the way down. You managed to grab hold of a windowsill. Pretty much Shaman just falls straight down. Kesh, you go to get your claws in, and you reach and your claws sink in and they scrape and they chip and break off a bit. Plus, you're missing a finger on that hand. So
can I just grab Kesh?
You can try to. Make a dex check.
All right, I'll make a dex check.
Oh, speaking of dex checks, John. Okay, he's okay.
Johnny boy.
John manages to grab onto another windowsill like fuck.
Well.
So you go to grab Kesh and Kesh is still falling just straight down.
Can I attempt to catch him?
Wait, hang on. Yeah, is there a roof? Where we are?
No, you guys are kind of... Luckily, you guys are actually in an opening where you guys are falling just straight to the ground outside of the castle. So
Can I catch the cat?
Wait, could I teleport?
Are we outside
down?
of?
Oh yeah, that will minimize the damage. You'll still take some. It'll minimize it.
Can I not catch him?
Well, he's going to teleport down, so he takes less. Also, if you try to catch him being down there, you're going to take damage as well.
Oh.
Unless you're really strong, that's going to hurt.
That defeats the purpose. Okay.
Yeah. So Kesh, hang on. Kesh, you teleport down. You take. Let's see, we're pretty high. Ooh. Okay, you're taking half of that, so that is 16 damage, Kesh. As you teleport, just. Nora, you're hanging. Nora, you're hanging. John's hanging. Tarman is hanging. What was your question?
Wait, I couldn't parkour my way down?
There's not parkouring your way down is a fun concept, but what you managed to do.
Can I slide down?
What you managed to do is grab hold of something because this is a straight flat surface. There's not a lot to parkour off of. You managed to kick off the wall and grab hold of something that you wouldn't have otherwise been able to. You can continue.
And how many stories is it down?
You guys were on the second story.
Oh.
Oh, well then I'll do a sweet
of the castle. Of the castle.
Oh.
Think about what do most castles have to enter?
A hill.
A staircase, just to get in.
Oh.
So you're
bougie shit.
So you're kind of high up. You can survive.
Am I on the ground? Are Kesh and I on the ground?
You are on the ground. John and them are not. However, because you guys have already fallen down, it is a survivable distance. Cash was falling flat, it's straight down, so he was going to take a lot more if he didn't do something.
All right, cool. Can I do a controlled fall?
You can try, yeah.
I will do a sweet to try and eliminate some of the damage.
Okay, so Nura, you let go, and you grab hold of the wall again, and you manage to slide, and you're at a distance where you can jump down, and you'll be okay. And with a 19, Tarman, say what you wanted to do again.
I wanted to do a tuck and roll to try and eliminate some of the damage.
Okay, that's fine. I'll allow that. Okay, so that's just 7 damage, Tarman.
Yay!
And John will try.
No, when Nura gets to bottom. All right, John, fall into my arms.
Last minute, just pulls your arms back.
Never trust anybody.
You just see the window that John is at open, and just an armor set of armor go to grab him. Hey, let's go.
Trust fall.
So Nura,
I go to grab.
Make a dex check. 19. Nura, you kind of go over and you jump and catch him. And Nura, John just gets up. I'm not kissing you. As you guys are being pelted, literally every single drop of rain hits so hard it stings. And luckily, because of this horrible storm, most of the guards are having to stay in a place that's covered, and most literally all civilians are inside. So you guys can straight up run out of this city. I mean, you're gonna have to be stealthy about it, but you can get out of the city without much interference.
In this city.
Cool, let's go. Boogity, 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 boogity.
We burn this city.
So you guys are just making your way through. You guys eventually get to the gate, and you guys see that the gate is closed.
Can we burn the gate down?
It's
Probably
raining.
made of metal.
Big old gate. It doesn't mean that you guys are trapped in it. It just means that you can either take the time to climb over and risk someone maybe seeing you, or you can open the gate, guarantee somebody knows that this gate's been open when it wasn't supposed to be, and just fucking book it.
I can very easily go over a wall, so...
Is there probably a stable on the other side?
You have no idea.
All right.
Damon is going to
going over
run
the wall.
into the-
Okay, Shaman can
gonna
literally
run-
run up this wall.
He's gonna run up the wall.
Nura make an athletics check. Kesh, you have a climbing speed, so you don't have to make any check. You can just climb. You're just gonna be a lot slower than Shaman. Harmon,
Hey,
you're one-handed. You're lucky that you managed to. You're lucky you managed to catch that fucking windowsill earlier. You're not gonna be able to climb up a wall.
if I roll with disadvantage, can I carry Tarman?
You can have him on your back, yes.
John.
So he kind of, within the storm, he kind of lets his claws grow, he lets it out. He's still not used to this, he really doesn't like it, but he's able to start climbing. You guys hear a few call-outs. You can't really tell what the calls are, but you see arrows start to hit the wall.
Oh,
So,
bless you. Can I create smoke?
but you're on top of the wall, babe. They already know you're there. That's not gonna help that much.
But I mean, it would like mess with their aim a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you send it down the wall, though, is the problem. Because you're on the top.
Smoke screens go down wherever direction you
Smoke
turn.
goes up, baby.
Yeah, but if you were to send it with force down, it would first go down and
That's
then
true,
go back
that's
up.
true. Okay, roll performance. You've been messing around with this a lot, so let's see if you can actually pull it off.
15. Does that do anything?
So you kind of place a ball of fire in your hand and you just rub it, not like a fireball, but literally a small speckle of flame, kind of force it together and push down, and this smoke kind of billows across all of your faces. Doesn't taste great. It's magic fire though, so it's not exactly like... so they will have disadvantage on their attacks. That's good. You all get on top of the wall. You see around the wall, you see these towers, and you kind of see fires being lit, and you see guards actually coming from the little kind of walkway that you're on top of. You see them starting to rush on the walkway.
Oh, we need to go over the other side.
Damon doesn't take fall damage, so she's going to jump.
Shaman jumps down, goes the wrong way. Ah, fuck.
So that's the wrong end zone.
Hey, Joseph. How strong did these towers look?
They're stone towers on the top of these walls, so they're definitely not weak, I guess.
If I were to say hit one of these things with chain lightning,
How far does chain lightning go?
150 feet.
Yeah, you could hit one.
I'd like to hit one of these towers.
Okay, roll damage.
44 damage.
44 damage.
Nice.
That you blast a chunk of that tower off. The whole tower, unfortunately, does not collapse, but it was very close.
Oh, hey, wait a second.
However, doing so, the guards are getting closer.
Damn it! All right, I jump.
Oh god!
I'll carry Carmen down, start like climbing down with.
Okay, make a dex check just to go down as quick as you. Nora, are you just straight up jumping?
Yeah, but I tuck and roll, kind of dive.
Okay, make a acrobatics check for that.
I'll do 100.
Cash,
Would
you're
it be
going
athletic?
relatively as quick as you can, kind of sliding down on your hand that's still got all fingers mostly. The other hand's kind of helpful.
23.
23. Okay, you're gonna be able to tuck and roll this, but this is gonna fucking hurt. So hopefully you...
I'll take some hurt.
Okay, 15 damage as you jump and roll.
You know what? I still have more than 100 health. I'm okay.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you're a big old barbarian. You're fine. Cash, you're gonna need to roll another dex check. You're almost at the bottom.
21.
21, you manage to slide down, you let go at the end and just kind of topple The rain is pouring down. The guards are now looking down at you guys. However, with the storm raging in the height of this tower, at the top of the tower, or from the top of this wall, the storm is just too much. Every arrow they fire gets pulled up and just kind of flails in the wind. You guys are able to begin sprinting. You guys hear the fucking gate opening. And as you guys look back, you just see a silhouette of someone with a large sword, and you see green flames flickering off of it. But you guys kind of lose the visual of that after a moment in the storm, as the storm seems to pick up even more. And
I did.
you literally see just like trees flying through the air, and with the chaos of the storm and the dark of night, they will not be able to keep up with you properly or be able to follow. You guys have escaped.
Yay.
That is where we're going to end the session.
Thank God.
Another long
Thank
one.
God for smokescreen.
Another long one. I'm sorry. It's just that the past few sessions have been very. There's a lot. You know, we're gonna. In case you guys can't tell, we're kind of coming up on what will likely be the end of the campaign. We still got
Every session has been so goddamn risky.
I know. Yeah, every session is crazy. But I'm having so much fun, you guys. And we're gonna.
I am too.
We're gonna pick.
Dice
back up.
Pod is getting entertained as well.
We're picking back up next Sunday, right?
Should
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for playing. Thank anyone listening for listening, and we'll see you guys for the next session. Stay adventurous.